Welcome to today's tutorial, where we're diving into one of the most crucial aspects of effective leadership. This session is split into two powerful parts that every aspiring leader needs to understand deeply. In the first part, we'll explore the various leadership styles, from transformational to transactional, servant to situational, and how each style can shape the way you connect with your team. We'll break down what makes each style unique, when to use them, and how to adapt your approach to meet the needs of your people and your organization. But that's only half the story. In the second part, we'll tackle a topic often misunderstood: the balance between leadership and authority. It's easy to hear advice that says, lead, don't manage. But what does that really mean? And does it imply that authority is less important? Not at all. We'll uncover why both leadership and authority are essential, and how mastering the balance between the two is the real secret to impactful leadership. This tutorial isn't just about theory, it's about giving you the tools to elevate your leadership game. Whether you're stepping into a leadership role for the first time or looking to refine your approach, today's insights will help you find your voice, assert your authority, and lead with purpose. So, get ready to dive in. This isn't just about learning leadership. It's about becoming the leader your team truly deserves. Let me start by saying that, as a leader, everyone is watching you. The world is watching, your team is depending on you, and every decision you make can shape the future. But leadership isn't one size fits all. It's a dynamic, evolving journey that requires understanding, adaptability, and a deep connection with the people you lead. Throughout history, experts and thinkers have studied leaders, identifying distinct styles that define how we guide and inspire others. Today, we're diving into these leadership styles, why they matter, and how you, as a new leader, can harness them to make a real impact. The importance of understanding leadership styles. Knowing different leadership styles isn't just about labels, it's about understanding the powerful tools at your disposal. Each style comes with its own strengths and challenges, and the key to effective leadership lies in recognizing which style best suits you, your team, and the situation at hand. Let's explore these styles, not just as theories, but as living, breathing approaches that can transform how you lead. First, let's talk about transformational leadership. This is the style that inspires. Transformational leaders don't just manage tasks. They ignite passion, drive, and creativity. Think of leaders like Steve Jobs or Elon Musk, visionaries who didn't just lead companies. They created movements. As a transformational leader, you'll be the catalyst for change, painting a picture of the future that your team can believe in. This style is perfect when your organization needs innovation, when it's time to challenge the status quo, and when you want to encourage your team to think big, push boundaries, and dream beyond the present. On the other side of the spectrum, we have transactional leadership. This style is all about structure, rules, and results. It's straightforward. You get what you put in. Leaders who use this style focus on rewards and consequences, setting clear goals and expectations. Think of it like a coach on the field, pushing players to meet their targets and calling out the plays. This style works best in environments where efficiency and precision are key, like sales teams, manufacturing plants, or any setting where hitting specific metrics is the name of the game. Next, we have the servant leadership. Here, the leader's role is to serve. It's not about power or authority. It's about nurturing your team's growth, putting their needs first, and building a culture of empathy and collaboration. Leaders like Howard Schultz of Starbucks embody this approach, focusing on employee well-being and development. Servant leadership thrives in environments where connection and support are essential. Think healthcare, nonprofits, or any team that values a caring, people-first approach. As a servant leader, your success is measured by the success of those around you. Let's move to democratic leadership, or what we often call participative leadership. This style is all about collaboration. Decisions aren't made in isolation. They're shaped by the input of the entire team. It's a leadership style that says, your voice matters. Companies like Google thrive on this model, leveraging diverse perspectives to fuel creativity and innovation. As a new leader, adopting a democratic approach can foster a sense of ownership within your team, encouraging everyone to contribute, engage, and feel valued. Now, there are times when decisions need to be swift and clear. That's where autocratic leadership comes into play. In this style, the leader makes the call, quickly, decisively, and often independently. It's a top-down approach that can be crucial in high-stakes situations, such as during a crisis or in environments where maintaining order and discipline is essential. Think of a military general or a CEO navigating a company through turbulent times. Autocratic leadership isn't about being unkind. It's about providing clear direction when it's needed most. Contrast that with laissez-faire leadership, a style that thrives on independence. Leaders here trust their teams to do the work, stepping back to provide guidance only when necessary. It's hands-off, but it's not absent. This approach works best with highly skilled, self-motivated teams, like researchers, developers, or creative professionals, where innovation is born from freedom. Imagine the leader as more of a mentor than a manager, allowing their team the space to explore, experiment, and excel on their own terms. Finally, we have situational leadership, perhaps the most adaptable style of all. This approach recognizes that leadership isn't static. It evolves with the situation. A situational leader reads the room, understands their team, and shifts their approach to meet the moment. Sometimes you'll need to be directive, other times supportive, or perhaps even take a back seat. It's a constant balancing act. And it's why situational leadership is often seen as the most versatile and effective style. So, which leadership style should you adopt? The answer isn't simple. It's about blending and adapting these styles to fit who you are, your team, and the unique challenges you face. Great leaders don't stick to one playbook. They write their own, combining elements from each style to create an approach that feels authentic, effective, and uniquely theirs. As you step into your role, remember, leadership is not about fitting a mold. It's about finding your voice, understanding your team, and leading with purpose. The power of leadership lies not in the style you choose, but in how you use it to inspire, empower, and drive meaningful change. Now, we come to the second part of this tutorial, the balance of leadership and authority. Leadership and authority, two words often used interchangeably, but each carries its own distinct weight. We hear it all the time. Lead, don't manage. But does that mean authority has no place in effective leadership? Absolutely not. In fact, true success lies in the delicate balance between leadership and authority. Let's unpack why both are essential and how they work together to create powerful, impactful leaders. Leadership is about inspiring, guiding, and influencing others. It's the ability to paint a vision of the future that people want to follow. It's about creating a culture of trust, encouraging creativity, and empowering your team to reach new heights. But leadership alone doesn't always get the job done. That's where authority comes in. Authority is the foundation of your role. It's the ability to make decisions, enforce rules, and maintain order. It's the structural backbone that keeps things moving in the right direction. Without authority, even the best leader can struggle to implement change or drive results. Authority provides the guardrails, the discipline, and sometimes the tough calls that leadership alone can't always deliver. But here's the catch. Lean too heavily on leadership without authority, and you risk losing control, direction, or accountability. Conversely, rely solely on authority without the guiding light of leadership, and you may find compliance without commitment, people following the rules but not believing in the mission. The magic happens when you strike the right balance. Great leaders know when to step in with authority, setting boundaries, making the hard decisions, and holding people accountable. Yet they also know when to step back, listen, and lead by example, inspiring their team to go beyond what's required. Imagine a ship at sea. Leadership is the wind in the sails, driving the vessel forward, filled with energy and momentum. Authority is the rudder, steering the ship, ensuring it stays on course, avoiding obstacles, and navigating through rough waters. Without wind, the ship stalls. Without a rudder, it's lost at sea. The true art of leadership lies in knowing when to catch the wind and when to adjust the rudder. As a new leader, your journey will involve finding this balance. You'll need to command authority with confidence and lead with empathy. This isn't about choosing one over the other. It's about recognizing when to lead and when to manage, when to inspire and when to enforce. So, when we advise leaders to lead rather than manage, we're not dismissing the importance of authority. Instead, we're emphasizing that the most effective leaders don't just inspire, they also hold the reins. They blend the visionary power of leadership with the structural force of authority. Remember, your success as a leader doesn't come from doing one or the other. It comes from mastering both. We've explored this concept in detail in one of our previous tutorials, and I encourage you to dive deeper into this subject. Check the link in the description to learn more about how you can harness the power of both leadership and authority to become the leader your team needs. Let me wrap this session with some thoughts and recommendations. One of the greatest challenges new leaders face is navigating the complex landscape of leadership styles. It's not uncommon to feel confused, overwhelmed, or even unsure of which approach to take. This is understandable because effective leadership isn't something that happens overnight. It's a skill that requires practice, reflection, and, most importantly, continuous learning. Today, we're talking about why ongoing development is essential for any leader, especially those just beginning their leadership journey. Stepping into a leadership role is like entering a world full of choices. Do you lead with inspiration or authority? Do you involve your team in decisions or guide them with a firm hand? The truth is, leadership styles are not set in stone, and choosing the right approach takes time, experience, and sometimes trial and error. New leaders often find themselves struggling to strike the right balance, and it's easy to think that a single training session, a book, or a course will provide all the answers. But leadership is not a destination, it's a journey. Attending a workshop or reading the latest leadership bestseller can be incredibly valuable, but it's just the beginning. These resources provide the foundation, but they don't equip you for every situation, every team dynamic, or every unexpected challenge. Leadership is a living skill. It evolves as you do, and it requires you to adapt, grow, and continuously refine your approach. The world doesn't stand still, and neither should you. New leaders must embrace the mindset that learning is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong commitment. So, why is continuous learning so important? For starters, it keeps you adaptable. The business landscape is constantly changing. New challenges arise, and what worked yesterday might not work tomorrow. By committing to ongoing learning, You keep your skills sharp, your perspectives fresh, and your strategies relevant. Continuous learning also fosters humility, reminding us that no matter how experienced we become, there is always more to discover. It's this humility that makes great leaders approachable, open-minded, and willing to listen. Moreover, continuous learning helps you navigate the complexities of leadership styles with greater confidence. Instead of feeling stuck or unsure, you begin to recognize the subtle cues of when to adapt, when to switch styles, and how to blend different approaches seamlessly. The more you learn, the more you practice, and the more you engage with new ideas, the better equipped you become to handle whatever comes your way. Leadership is not about reaching the top and staying there. It's about constantly climbing, learning, and evolving. It's about understanding that no single training or book will ever fully prepare you for the realities of leading people. True leadership development comes from a relentless pursuit of knowledge, a willingness to seek feedback, and the courage to keep growing even when you think you've got it all figured out. So, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep pushing the boundaries of what you know. Because in the journey of leadership, the moment you stop learning is the moment you stop leading. Thank you very much for your attention. Hopefully, we have simplified the leadership styles and the balance of leadership and authority. In one of our next tutorials, I will definitely consider the topic of thought leadership, as it will complement our understanding and leadership skills. Thank you, and see you soon.